This weekend I've decided to take part in a 2-day intensive copywriting training. It's a beautiful day, so I'm gonna hop on my bicycle. It's still basically winter, so I'm wearing my snowboarding helmet. Let's go! So why am I attending a copywriting training? My business is not focused on copywriting. I think an entrepreneur, especially an online entrepreneur, should know a little bit about everything, like web design, photo editing, video editing, and of course copywriting. This doesn't mean you have to do everything for yourself. You gotta find a balance between these two extremes. Doing everything for yourself and paying too much for every little thing you need. You have to do some things for yourself and for others hire experts to do it. Then there's the concept of competitive edge. Everybody is good at something. You may be good at photo editing or video editing or web design or copywriting and so on. For example, I have a pretty extensive experience in web development and programming, so I'm never gonna hire somebody to do websites for me. I mean, at least not at this time in my career. Getting back to today's subject, I'm taking part in a 2-day intensive copywriting training, which is held by an old friend of mine, Cătălin, who's a really nice guy, and hopefully I'm gonna have a little chat with him a bit later. Cătălin has his own copywriting agency, one of the most important agencies in Romania, so he's also an entrepreneur, of course. See you there! So, Cătălin, I loved your course. It was very enlightening. It will surely help me in my business and future journeys.
Thank you.
So, as a first question, I wanted to ask you. You're clearly passionate about copywriting and content. How did you decide to create a business around your passion? How and when did this happen?
Yes, this is because of the circumstances. I started to work with some friends to make our own business. We started like an online marketing agency, and we offered full-time services. For example, we did also web design, we did also content, also campaigns on Google, on Facebook. We also learned some SEO. And everything which we've done, it was basic, at basic level. And this is by trying most of the services in this area. I knew that content and copy was something for me, because that was something which I did more with pleasure, and I was more passionate.
So you're like a group of people. You already started as a group, you didn't start alone, right?
This business is something different from what I'm doing right now, because this is I started with some friends. We were a group. We were 3 or 4 people at the beginning, and then now they are 10, and now I split from them, and now we are just partners, and I'm doing my own business. It's something separate, which I developed just these 2 services. We are a niche agency right now.
I see, okay. So you then founded your own business?
Yes.
Where you have a team now, like
yes, exactly.
Hired people and grown. Yeah.
Exactly, yes. At one point we were 5. Now we are 4 people, and we are still extending. But this is like the best number of people, which is okay for a startup.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, next question. Did you ever have a 9-to-5 job, or you directly started, like after school or something, you started the business?
I never had a 9 to 5 job actually.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was straight after the university. During university, I did an internship. That was, let's say, my first job. But it was something different because it was an internship abroad. It was in India, and that's where I had a 9 to 5, let's say, job. But it was an internship, so it was only for 3 months. And after that, I came home, and after 1 year, I started this business with these friends, and that was basically my first job with them. My first job in Romania, my first official job.
Okay, cool. How did you get your first projects, your first paid customers? Yeah.
Yes, first paid customers actually were. I was doing some volunteering when I was a student in university, and when I was doing volunteering, we had some companies which are partners, and by knowing them, I offered my services for free. That was basically the beginning, and then from starting up to offer services for free, I made a small portfolio. I developed a blog.
You built authority.
Exactly, and that was very, very slow because at the beginning there were no clients, no leads, and the only customers were the ones which I had with these colleagues of mine, which was in the first business where we started. And then after I split, and when I started to work alone at the beginning, I was working on customers which came from my blog. That was about almost 3 years ago.
And you already had a name. Right, for a name for yourself, a personal brand.
Yes, I had. Yes, I had a personal brand, but mostly it was not necessarily personal because I had this blog, and I still have it. It's named Romanian Copywriter, and this is what started in 2012. And I started actually the agency around this brand in 2018. So basically, it was like almost 6 years until it changed in an organic way from a blog to a business around the blog.
Yeah.
Yes, it took some time and about 500 articles.
Okay, so you need patience.
Yes.
We are gonna talk about that maybe a question, further question. So who do you think should learn copywriting? Do you think, is this for everybody should know copywriting, or who is the main audience for this?
Yes, I think everybody should know it. No matter what you do, let's say if you are an engineer, or if you are an accountant, or if you are doing sales or something very different, or if you are a teacher, it doesn't matter what you do and what area you work in. It matters that you should know how to sell yourself, how to sell your image, and also how to promote, let's say, to sell your products to your customers, or to convince them to buy your offer, to choose you from a lot of other specialists, and to build, let's say, a personal brand. And all these skills, I think, are universal, just like English language.
Okay, I was expecting an answer like this.
Yes, yes, it's for everybody.
Yeah. What advice do you have for people who want to build a business from their passion? Like how to get past the hard stuff?
Yes, first of all, they should know exactly what they want to do. They should have a clear vision and a clear objective from the beginning, like even before starting. They should have something clear in mind, and to have patience. And that's the most important thing, I guess, to have patience, because most of the people who start their own business, they do this while they have a full-time job, let's say, while they are working, for example, to sustain their families, and they have some other
pay the rent,
exactly. And this is something which they do besides doing a full-time job or doing something else. So they should have patience. And I'm sorry to say this, but it's a lot of hard work, because while you have, let's say, a full-time job, a 9 to 5 job, and you come home at 6 o'clock or at 7 o'clock in the evening, and let's say you take like 1 hour with your family, but still you have to take some, like a few hours on that day, on that evening, to work on your dream, on your job. This is something which might be done, for example, in a couple of months, or maybe in the first year, until you are stable, and maybe until you build a small reputation to quit your job.
Yeah, and have enough cash flow from your side hustle.
Yes,
to
exactly.
quit your job.
Yes, that's the hardest part. So that's why most of the people starting in a garage, let's say, or they start in their parents' house or in the parents' basement, because they don't have, let's say, enough money to pay the rent, and they want to live, let's say, to put their money
modest life to have enough.
Yes, and most of the income you get in the first year, let's say, you reinvest it in your own business if you want to grow. Because if you take it for yourself, then it's like starting over again.
Yeah, you're blocking the growth, basically. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The snowball doesn't get bigger.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't get bigger because you take the snow out.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to wait another snowball to come. So we have to have patience. That's very important, and to be let's say constant in what you are doing. To don't give up. That's something very important.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks. This was great. Thanks for your input. Boy, there was some serious gender inequality at this course. There were 9 women and me, the only guy there. But the course was very, very informative, and I got a bunch of ideas, like 5 pages of improvement ideas for my websites and Amazon listings and so on. So it's gonna be, I have stuff to do this week. Hope you like this video. Make sure to check out my other videos too, and subscribe. Bye.